Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your June 2022 love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the Bridging the Gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll actually pull some oracle cards as well to get some additional insight. And that's where the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Cosmic Tarot. And keep in mind, I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. But if you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Power. And this is the equivalent of the Emperor in traditional tarot, which is actually the major arcana card for your sign. So at the very least, I feel like this is saying that you had a lot of confidence in the past. And I feel like this is saying that you also saw the potential for this to be a solid connection between the two of you. You might have viewed them as an equal in some ways. But yeah, it definitely looks like you saw some potential in the connection for sure, and you were feeling confident in the past. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Queen of Wands. So this is interesting too, because usually the Queen of Wands is an Aries energy. In this particular deck, it represents Sagittarius. But either way, I feel like this is saying that they too were probably pretty bold and confident, right? Could have been a lot of passion between the two of you as well. But yeah, I keep getting the energy here that either way, whether it represents Aries or Sag energy, I feel like this is saying that they were a bit assertive as well, even if they were still in their feminine energy. All right, and the present position on your side, we have the Queen of Swords. Excuse me. So this is Libra energy here. And what I feel like this is saying is I feel like you might have picked up on, oh, okay, this person's actually fairly assertive too, right? So you might have figured, okay, well, let me fall back a little bit, right? Let me not be as assertive as I normally am. It seems like they might be comfortable taking a lead, right? So I feel like this is saying you might have taken a little bit of a step back, right? And figured, okay, well, I'll let them be the ones to initiate the next level of contact between the two of us. So yeah, definitely seems like you're in a more receptive energy now. All right, present energy on their side. We have the Princess of Swords, which is the equivalent to the Page of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. So really what I'm getting looking at this spread so far is that the two of you might be a little bit too much alike, right? Like the two of you might even have both fire and air in your charts too. Because what I see happening here is like you pull back with the thought of, oh, this person seems like they're fairly assertive. Okay, I'll let them take the lead for a while. And now it looks like this person's on the surface playing it cool, but then I feel like beneath the surface they're freaking out. Like, wait a minute, what happened with Aries? You know, we were hitting it off well. Now it seems like they're not really reaching out as much. So I feel like you guys both have good intentions here, but you just might have run into that stumbling block with the miscommunication, which makes sense as far as there's a Mercury retrograde going on right now. But yeah, it's kind of funny to see that where you guys might just be a little bit too alike. All right, future energy on your side, we have Innocence. So this is the equivalent to the Fool. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that there's an openness on your part. I feel like in some ways you're still trying to pull back from being as assertive as you normally would be, but at the same time you're still energetically at a minimum trying to do something to let them know that you're still interested. So that's what I see with that. And future energy on their side, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that when they're going through their processing, right, eventually they will arrive at the conclusion that, okay, yeah, actually I would like to start to build something with Aries. Now, the only tricky thing here is with Ace energies, usually it's just more of an idea as opposed to actually taking the action. But at the very least, it looks like they'll process what they're going through and think to themselves, all right, yeah, you know what, I might actually want to see where this could go with Aries. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have Desire, and this is the equivalent of the Chariot in traditional tarot, which is a Cancer energy. So it could just be pointing to a timeline between the two of you where maybe you'll actually get things back on track as we get into Cancer season, which starts, of course, toward the end of June and into July. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Queen of Cups. So yeah, looks like them being in a bit more of a receptive energy as well, similar to you in the present. But we see the Two of Cups there as well. So yeah, it looks like at the very least their desire is there. And again, obviously, you quite literally have a card named Desire on your side. So it looks like the desire is mutual. And it looks like things probably did start out pretty passionately where you guys were both putting in effort, I feel. But now it looks like there's a little bit of confusion like, oh, okay, well, who takes the lead now? That's primarily what I'm picking up on with these energies here. So it's kind of interesting. Like I said, for the majority, it's probably just as simple as the retrograde energies. And once that all clears out, you'll be fine. And that could be what the Cancer energies are pointing to as well, saying that once the retrograde and the post shadows fully cleared out, you guys get back on track. But see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording. What I'm looking for here is unspoken messages from you to them and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll just actually put the deck down and pull cards that way. But initially, I'll be looking for jumpers anyway. All right, and this doesn't want to go back in the deck. So next, we'll see what we get from them to you. All right, and that doesn't want to go back in the deck. So let's see what we got on your side first. As I make a mess. All right, we have no strings. It says, I want you close to me, but I'm not ready for a commitment. Interesting. So I initially saw the falling back on your part as maybe, realizing, oh, this person seems like they're pretty assertive too, and I'll let them take a little bit of the lead. But I guess for some of you, that could be what it's pointing to, right? Where you feel the desire for sure, but you're like, okay, maybe I need to fall back a little bit. So I guess for some of you, that could be the other reason why you pulled back some, right? But for the majority, I still feel like it's more the first storyline, but I'm sure that'll resonate with at least a few of you. And on their side, all right, we have in the very near future. So yeah, somewhat vague, but yeah, like I said, it does seem like this person's probably going to reach out in the near future because, like I said, it looks like there is that desire on their part to say, okay, you know what, let me see where this goes. But yeah, it does look like at the very least at the present, the two of you are both like, okay, what happened? But like I said, it's almost because you guys might be too similar in some ways. All right, and lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, see what we get here. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this one as well, but here we're just looking for one card with general advice to wrap the reading up with. All right, let's see. All right, and this doesn't want to go back in the deck, so we'll see what you got. Okay, we have Orphaned. There's the artwork, and the number is 5. Seems a little dark, but I think I have an idea of what that could be saying. We'll read the message first, though. The relationship message says, as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support, but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows you and loves you and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. So yeah, interesting message there. Now, I'll read the protection message as well, just because, like I said, it seems like this is really just a misunderstanding and a temporary thing, but I'll read that message and then I'll tell you what I'm really thinking could be going on here too after that. So let's see what that message says. It says, the shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. Perhaps you feel a need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. It also warns against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you formed and make a decision to heal the past. You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as whole. Not all relationships are dysfunctional, and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. You can connect to others in a healthy way once you recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you. Let it. So yeah, I would say that is definitely a good message there, especially for the person, experiencing that Seven of Cups energy in the present, because it seems like I said, they seem to be freaked out, whereas you're just more like, oh, I'll just wait and see if they reach out. And like I said, the one thing that I will say on both sides, it seems like the intentions are pure and genuine. I don't feel like there was any, like game playing with this energy. It was just more of, oh, okay, let me just do this, thinking that it was the right thing to do at the time. So yeah, with the orphan thing here, though, what I will say with that is just be mindful of, if this energy goes on for too long, you might have to reach out and see what's up with this person, because that could be possibly what they would feel like. Oh, I guess Aries just isn't interested. And with this Ace of Pentacles energy in the future, at the very least, like I said, this to me says that they would like to see where things would go with you. So yeah, I would say just play it by ear. Keep in mind we're dealing with retrograde energy, so you don't have to reach out to them tomorrow. But if it seems like it's going toward the end of the month and you still haven't really heard from them, at the very least you might want to reach out there and see what's up. Because like I said, it does look like the desire is genuine between the two of you. All right, so interesting spin there, but hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see y'all next month. All right, bye.